What's up, YouTube? Back here again with another video, and we are in a new location again. I know that doesn't really matter, but here we go. Today we're going to talk about the Foxeer Monster V2. Now, I bought this camera. I've been using it for about 2 months or so, about a month, a little over, and absolutely love it. For the price, you can't beat it. You open it up, you connect it. It's got all the features you may need. Boom, you roll and you get going. So, see, we'll look at the bottom of the box here. This gives you kind of the technical specs if you want to know. Monster V2, 16:9 widescreen, 1200 TVL. You know, this thing gives you some great picture. It's got a 2.5mm lens already, which is, this big, this big wide lens. DC 5-40, PAL and NTSC. There you go, all the cool information. So, in the box, alright, you get the camera, which you got right here. You get the controller, alright, this is the controller for the DVR and all the settings. And you get a wire harness, which is in here now. It connects right here, alright, right out of the top, and then it goes down and it connects into the rest of my system. So, and you get some directions, and oh yeah, and of course the hardware to mount it. Now this camera is cool because it gives you the option to mount it on the bottom like this, or you can mount it from the top and kind of hang it. That's what this top hole would be for, right? So you could do, a top or bottom mount. So I have mine mounted on the bottom, obviously, and you get everything in the package to get going. Now this camera, like I said, it's already got the bigger lens. Right, so you see the huge lens on that sucker. Now, I'll show you what, like a standard, the lens that came on, like my standard run cam, or your HS111 77, so you can kind of see the difference. So, you see the difference in these lenses? This is like your regular standard lens, and then this is the 2.5mm lens. Yeah, way better viewing angles, way better. It just, honestly, it changed the way I flew, like immediately having that bigger, field of view. It's been real nice to have. So, let's get this out of the way and let's look in here. So, again, here it is connected here, so I can, adjust it up or down. Now, you can connect this camera, audio, video, and your on-screen display. So you can connect your voltage and everything directly through this camera. So if you don't have an OSD through your flight controller, or if you didn't have one added in, boom, your camera's going to give you the the basic OSD information that you may want. Your name, your voltage, your flight timer. It's pretty much all I have anyway, but so I'm not using the OSD, but I will take you through the menu so you can turn it on or turn it off, because when I first got the camera and booted it up, the OSD was active. So I had the OSD from the Raptor and the OSD from the camera all loaded on there, and I had to take some time to figure out how to get into it. So we'll do a quick little walkthrough of how this control board works and what you can actually do in the menu. So if you can see here how it connects. Now this is also right in the wire harness. Plug the stock wire harness into the back where it goes, and then you can just plug this board into the connector. Right, it plugs in right here. You just connect it in, power it up, and you're going to be good to go. So let's give some power to this guy. All right, let's see what we're going to stare at over here. Bring in the screen. Alright, so here's our display. Okay, now you can see, right, boom, there we go. Now if you can see, we got disarmed right here. There's a flight timer right there. You got your, now the amp hour used right here, okay, and the milliamp hour used, and your amp draw. That's a feature of my OSD that I have from the Raptor S. And then you got, your battery voltage, your input voltage there. So you know, you can get your timer and whatever. So what we're gonna do here, I'm all tangled up. So what you want to do to get into the menu, let's bring this around, is you're going to want to push the center button. Alright, so now that you push the center button, now all these keystrokes are actually in the manual, so keep your manual so you know. Okay, hold on, let's back out, because let's start with the first thing that took me forever to figure out. To adjust your OSD, all the OSD adjustments, okay, are not done through the menu. They are done simply long pressing these up, down, left, and right. Alright, so once you have the OSD on and you long press, say left, for a while, it would blink and you'd be able to move it around and change it, okay, change it on or off. So if I hold down here, okay, here we go. So sorry, for some reason it wasn't working. So, in order to get into the OSD control menu, you're going to hold the top button. Now, this gives you the opportunity to name it, right? See at the top I got new shit, alright? Now you can also scroll down, again using the controller. You can change your font, you can turn the name on and off, right? So I have it off. You can turn your timer on and off, your power on and off, right? And then exit once you decide. And then left, right, and down, if you long press them, that's going to give you the opportunity to move the voltage, the name, and the timer around the screen wherever you may want it. So that's the control for the OSD. And then you push the center button, and that's going to give you your camera settings, right? And again, you just navigate them up and down, left and right to select day, night, your wide dynamic range, exposure, shutter mode, you know, all this good stuff that you can play with. So, I mean, it's pretty simple, you know, to use with this controller. You know, picture's good. I've absolutely loved this camera. Absolutely no complaints. And, you know, it gives you every feature that you could possibly need. So, that is the Foxeer Monster V2. And, like, when you're done with this, you're just going to unplug it. Alright, so you unplug your controller. Keep your controller, because that's, you know, you can adjust your brightness and all. And then I just like to tuck this down underneath, out of the way, get it under the board so it doesn't get jammed up. So now I just kind of tuck it all up underneath, and there we go. So that's everything on this, basically all the stuff you could do here. Alright, that's all I got. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.